This video, just going to do some simple tricks with matches. There's a few tips here, might come in handy in a survival situation. You may have heard of them before, you may not, but it's just a couple of simple things you can do for matches that might help you in a survival situation. Number one, worst case scenario, you've got one match left. With a sharp knife, really carefully, you can actually split one match and make two. The only tip I can give if you do this technique is support the back of the match near the head when you strike it. As you've split the match in half, it's really weak, so to give you two good chances, make sure you strike it with care. That's tip number one. Tip number two, if you are trying to light a fire in pretty windy conditions and there's nothing else to help you and you're going through matches, sometimes if you get a sharp knife and feather the end of the match, you can see that just gives it a little bit of extra almost like tinder to get going. Really handy to use this technique, like I say, if it's windy or you find you're wasting a lot of matches because they're going out straight away. So that's another good one. Another good tip, if you're running low on matches, if you've got a survival kit with you and you've got a sewing kit, wrap a load of cotton around the end. And also another thing you can do which will help and it will burn longer is, got here a little bit of petroleum jelly. So if you had a container where you've got some cotton and petroleum jelly, or you've got a lip balm, a lipstick, anything that you can use as a kind of wax, this will then have a candle effect and it will burn a lot longer and a lot hotter. So that's another really good tip. Another good tip, if you've got some normal El Cheapo like 8p a box matches and you want to make them waterproof, take a tea light, burn it for a few seconds, put it out, and then the molten wax you've got there, just roll your match round in it and give it a coating, and then you've just made a waterproof match. There is another way to do it, and that's with some nail varnish. So if you just take a piece of blue tack or Play-Doh, plasticine, and then take your normal match and stand it in, and then just give it a little couple of coats of nail varnish and leave that to one side to dry, and then you've just waterproofed the match again. Here's a good tip, if you broke a match off and obviously once striking you wouldn't have very long to keep hold of it before it burnt down. If you take a stick and make a little split in the end, you feed the match into the split, then wrap cotton around that. That's step one. That's step two. Then you've got your broken off match lashed into a stick, and then if you've got any kind of tinder, even a bit of lining from your jacket, you can, with your cotton, lash that around the end, and then if you've got any petroleum jelly, even the smear from a container that you've had it in, lip balm, lipstick, you can make a little flaming torch, which is going to be really good for lighting fires. I'll just do a little demonstration, and there it is lit. Just some cotton wool and Vaseline. You could use lip balm, lipstick. It's going to burn a lot longer than a match. Like I said, you could use polyester or nylon from clothing if you cut your jacket open, but that's going to be an excellent way of starting fires, especially if you're down to your last few matches. And there you go. Hope these tips helped.